Ladies and gentlemen, as stated by the Prime Minister and as reinstated and reinforced by the leader of the opposition himself, there are certain states in this world where women's rights are absolutely neglected. In these states, women live in horrendous conditions with little or no access to basic human rights or basic education. As such, we, the representatives of these women, wish to provide them with a choice to a better life, a choice to a life that will provide them with greater opportunities, whereas the one that they presently live in provide them with next to none. As such, my entire model will be based upon arguments based on two fundamental arguments. One, the fact that if I am to represent a woman, choose to put myself out there as a mail order bride, I choose to hold on to my basic right and freedom and the basic right to opt or choose for a better life, and that it furthers my rights as a woman. And number two, I will show you how this acts as a domino effect and how the entire act is in a certain manner a necessary evil that will eventually spur the entire government into action and may even lead to the nation's betterment. But first, rebuttals. The leader of the opposition has stated that the industry cannot survive because of the language barrier and the culture shock that the woman will face, and that because they are from different cultures and different backgrounds. We do not believe that will be the case. We do not believe that these men will completely reject this woman because they're from different backgrounds. These men who opt for these women do so because they wish to experience the exotic. They know that they do not want, they have certain choices. If I like to have a bride who is Chinese and I wish to taste a taste of a different culture, I will do so knowingly, and as such the entire culture shock is reduced. Number two, the leader of the opposition also stated that interracial marriages won't help women's rights. Let me state the fact that interracial marriages have been a common practice for quite a while now, and the developing nations where these men come from have accepted interracial marriages for quite a period of time now. These countries are much more forward and much less conservative in their ideologies, and as such interracial marriages have been known to work quite well. Third point that the leader of the opposition came up with was that the physical attraction would eventually fade away. If that is the case, physical attraction fades away in any form of marriage, and as such, if I am to accept the leader of the opposition's arguments, marriage as an institution would never have been accepted. People would live promiscuous lives with multiple partners, and as such they would never get married because, hey, eventually I will become fed up with my wife, or I will become less interested in my wife sexually, and as such marriage would the idea of marriage would completely go out of the window. That is not the case. Fourth, he stated that the man and woman are of different statuses, and as such the man would not accept her into society because these women come from oppressed states and less educated backgrounds. Let me remind you this: these men look into the background of these women before they make their choice. As such, they make an informed choice, knowing that what backgrounds these women come from and what their educational or financial status are. Knowing so, they make this decision entirely on the entire idea, and as such they will take everything into account and will find ways to integrate these women into their society as well. Lastly, the government, the leader of the opposition, stated that there are other better solutions, but may I remind the chair here that he did not provide any better alternatives at all. Let me move on to my arguments. First, women's rights. The feminist movement is based upon equal rights and freedom of women. If I am to represent a woman, when I, as a female, exist in an oppressed and rightless state, I have the right to opt for a better life. I am allowed to choose a different existence where I am provided with not only my basic necessities, but also the chance to coexist in a healthy relationship. I now have the opportunity to live in a state and which will provide me with my basic rights, and I will also be allowed, and I will also have the chance to a better future. If I do have such a option, I have the right to choose them. I, as an individual with my own autonomy, have the right to choose those ideas, to choose such a life, and as such, it forwards my women's rights. Hence, preventing me from doing so does not do good for me. In fact, it robs me of my rights and pushes me further into the dark chasm that I have already fallen into. Secondly, the entire act of mail order bride can be seen as a necessary evil. The government will notice that a large portion of their female population is opting to go elsewhere through this process. They will understand, and the international community will show them, that although these women are finding a better, healthier way out, it reflects badly on the state of the nation itself and its image to the international community as a whole. As such, it also affects their economics as well. Hence, they will be pushed into improving their conditions in any manner possible. So what have I stated? I have shown you how the entire process furthers my women's rights. I have also shown you how this is a necessary evil that will eventually spur the government into action. Furthermore, I have rebutted every single one of the government's points. Thank you for your time.